This will be the final game in Haas Pavilion this season for the Bears, with the winner advancing to Wichita. And the opening tip goes out of bounds. It belongs to California. The Bears playing their second WBIT game here in the friendly confines. They came on back from a fourth quarter deficit here in round one and beat Santa Clara.
Yeah, the name of the game right now is survive and advance. Cal was able to come back, get it done against Santa Clara, and then a big win against K-State on the road.
And trying to go inside to Walker early, but it's deflected and taken away by Columbia. Riley Weiss, Ivy League Player of the Year, has a chance at the single season scoring record tonight if she can get to 14 points. Averages 20 a game. Weiss turns and misses her first attempt. It falls to Walker. Miracle Shepherd the other way for the Bears. Wins over Santa Clara and K-State to reach this quarterfinal round of the WBIT. Taylor Barnes off the bounce and missed it at the rim. Nice defense. Hilka Feldrapa, transfer from Missouri, was able to smother Barnes on her way in. Susie Raffu missed it off the heel, and Barnes boards it.
Great box out there by Taylor Barnes. Pushed the defender back, snatched that rebound down, and Cal's off to the races.
Golden Bears playing their 19th game here in Haas Pavilion, 14-4. Set a program record with 16 home victories last year. Shepherd walled off, spins around, and it rolls off the front rim.
3 tough possessions for the Bears. They got good looks, but the ball's just not rolling in for them quite yet.
Raffu attacking Walker, who altered the shot underneath. Sakima Walker, the aforementioned career outing at K-State. 28 points, 16 boards. Corner pop on the money. Miracle Shepherd lights the lamp in Berkeley.
Defense doesn't close all the way out to Shepherd. She gets a little bit of room and she can knock that shot down. Not necessarily her game, but absolutely has the ability to knock that down.
Only her 17th made tray of the season. LSU transfer, was on an Elite 8 team with Kim Mulkey last year. Perry Page, first points for Columbia.
And this is what Columbia does. This is why this team is so good. After a make, they're going to press, and they created so much havoc in their last game against North Dakota State.
Twydale's open, you bet. Lulu Twydale, 100th make from the outside this season. Has already set the all-time and single-season three-point makes record here at Cal. High lob taken away. Gisela Maul to steal. Cal with numbers. Twydale skips. Shepherd missed it. There's Mia Broom on the attack. Coming off a career-high 26. Missed the southpaw flip. Able to box out Gisela Maul, his second effort for Columbia.
Flipped that shot up and somehow able to snatch that ball down between two Bear defenders.
Raffu on the elbow, shot clock into single digits. And Riley Weiss fills it up, the Ivy League Player of the Year, who has gone for 20 or more 16 times this season. Had a 40-point game earlier this year against Dartmouth.
She's such a complete offensive player. There's really no weakness in her scoring package at all.
Walker off balanced. So Sakima Walker has been held without a point here in the first 4 minutes. 6-4 early, the winner on to Wichita to play the Wisconsin Badgers, who knocked off Harvard in overtime earlier tonight. Weiss elevates and knocks it down again. Back-to-back buckets for Riley Weiss.
Columbia is going to make you work on every single possession. Their offense is always moving. There's always cutting, screen actions. Cal's going to have to defend for the full entirety of the shot clock.
And that was a contested shot. That's the biggest concern for Charmin Smith on the defensive end tonight. Last touch by Cal on the way out of bounds. Had a lot of praise for Riley Weiss when we talked to the Golden Bears head coach before the game. Said she's as tough of a matchup as anybody they've seen this season. And we all know how tough the ACC was. They sent 9 teams to the NCAA tournament this year.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a bucket. She knows how to score the basketball. She has the ball on a string and really a shot maker in every sense of the word.
Ncaa has come in off the Columbia bench. Weiss baseline, fills it up again. 3 straight trips, mid-range hits for Riley Weiss, and Columbia jumps in front.
Sharman Smith said that really all they can do is try to take away easy looks, make it tough on her. She's gonna make shots, but I mean, that was good defense, even better offense.
And there's that Columbia pressure. Jump ball will give it back to the Lions.
Yeah, right here. Miscommunication on defense. Weiss gets that first step. She has such a quick first step. She stops on the drop of a dime and knocks it down.
Riley Weiss closing in on Abby Shu's single season scoring record. Needs just 8 more points to break it. Weiss catches, so comfortable in those mid-range spots. Turns around on Shepard. Off the mark there. The Red Storm by 48 held them to 26 points. It was the best defensive single game effort in program history. Then absolutely dominated North Dakota State, the top seed, Summit League champion, in Fargo last time out. While this Cal team had to scrap on back from an 8-point fourth quarter deficit here at home against Santa Clara in the first round, and then put together a 17-0 stretch to put K-State in the rear view in the Little Apple on Sunday.
Well, I've watched a lot of Cal games this season, a lot of film on this team, and that game against K-State was probably the most complete game that I've seen from them inside and out defensively. Sharman Smith even said they played super solid for 35 of those 40 minutes. It was a really good outing for the Bears in that game.
Columbia, the offensive rebound on the Perry Page missed free throw, and Page gets it back. It winds up being a 3-point possession.
Columbia doing a great job on the offensive glass. They're out rebounding Cal right now, 8-3.
9 straight for the Lions. Puff Morris has come off the bench first for Cal tonight. The Bears have not hit a shot inside the 3-point line. Both of their makes from distance. Walker in a crowd, blocked inside. Ncaa, the freshman from Canada, got a piece of the Sakima Walker attempt.
Columbia is throwing 2 and 3 defenders every time Sakima Walker touches the basketball.
Moving screen on Ncaa, who gives it back to Cal.
Now you see that ball go in right here. She gets it. You got one coming from this way, one because she almost has 4 deep defenders surrounding her right there. At that point, the offensive players around the 3-point line have to cut and move and get open so she can have an outlet to give that to them.
Cal did give it away 20 times in the win at K-State. They know they have to keep the turnover numbers low tonight to have a chance against this Columbia squad. Twydale, tough take to the rim, but it falls off. Golden Bears haven't scored in almost 4 minutes. 9 straight for Columbia. An NCAA tournament team as an at-large each of the last 2 seasons for the first times in program history. Mia Broom lays it in. It's 11 straight for the Ivy League Lions. Cal races up the floor quickly, and Morris cans the corner 3.
That corner 3 has been good to Cal so far. They've knocked down 3 just in that corner. They got to continue to push the ball in transition, look for those easy looks.
Puff Morris, true freshman, was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. Her 38th triple of her first college season. Had 7 assists last time in Manhattan. Off-balance shot won't go this time for Page. Having trouble with that Columbia pressure. Cal able to get it across. Morris kicks. Shepard off the front rim.
I like that look, though, for Cal. They don't get the shot to go down, but that penetration and kick, Columbia's sinking into the paint, and so that's a good look for Cal.
Nasi Simmons misses out of the corner. Riley Weiss chases it down. Broom on a catch and shoot, and she puts it in as if they drew it up that way.
What a heads-up play. Riley Weiss knew exactly where she was at on the floor, kicks that right into Broom's shooting hand, knocks down the 3.
Well, Columbia had 56 first-half points in their second round win in Fargo against the North Dakota State Bison. That was their first made three of this opening half, as Morris is reached in on and fouled by Ncaa Simmons.
And right here, shot goes up. Weiss knows exactly where she's at, tosses it right into Broom, shot ready, nothing but the bottom of the net. What a heads up play by Columbia.
Mia Broom hit 5 of those threes on her way to a career best 26 last time. Also had 8 boards and 6 assists. Quick trigger. Twydale missed it, but Gisela Moll grabs the second effort, takes it back in, and scores it plus the foul. A chance at 3 for Gisela Moll, her first points tonight.
Great look here, shot goes up. Moll's kind of in the right place, right time, gets that ball aggressive to the rim right here, takes the bump, gets the bucket.
Moll, the Texas transfer in her second year with the Golden Bears, battled through injuries last season, but she was among the most improved players this year in the ACC.
Yeah, she's an X-Factor type of player for Cal, and she's been such a huge lift for them. Coming off the bench early in the season, has popped into a starting role. The way that she has improved tremendously year to year has been so impressive.
Riley Weiss not on the floor at the moment for Columbia. Page on the attack, walled off. Broom out of the shot fake, lost the handle. Raffu recovers the loose ball. Veldrapa spins and kisses it home off the glass.
And that's why Columbia is so good. They get the shot clock down to 5 seconds and still get a great look at the basket.
Lions 8 of their first 15 here in Berkeley. And a takeaway. Susie Raffu steals it. Page, Euro step, and she flips it through. Well, they come at you in a hurry.
Their defense is suffocating. They're active, they're pesky, they're in the passing lanes, and they just create havoc for the offensive player.
Ncaa Ojukwu.
And that was pretty good defense by Gisela Moll. It was just even better offense.
Meanwhile, Cal with the response, Ncaa Ojukwu, the Morgan State transfer who averaged more than 17 a game in the MEAC last year. Someone Charmin Smith has referred to as an Energizer bunny off the bench, and I know she's one of your favorite players to watch. She doesn't play a ton of minutes, but the minutes she does play, always impactful.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about Ojukwu is just efficiency. Even in her last game, only 4 points, 2 rebounds, but she did that in just 5 minutes of play. She comes in and she's an immediate spark.
Only a couple seconds between the shot clock and game clock as we wind down in the opening quarter. Quarterfinal action in the WBIT. They drop it off for Riley Weiss, falling away, and she flutters it through. 8 opening quarter points for the Ivy League Player of the Year.
On the glass, and just overall defending the basketball.
Late whistle as Veldrapa draws a foul. It's on Lulu Twydale, and more free throws for Columbia. Hilka Veldrapa, a transfer from Missouri, appeared in 25 games in the SEC for the Tigers last year and has stepped into a much bigger role in this WBIT. It's remarkable what Columbia has done its first 2 games regardless of personnel, but when you factor in that Fliss Henderson and Maria Avliash, 2 players that started 26 games for them in the regular season, haven't seen a minute, and this team has not missed a beat without them.
Well, that's that next man up mentality. You got to be ready when your number's called. It's a long basketball season. Everybody's dealing with injuries, especially towards the end, and one of those players that stepped up is Mia Broom. She's playing with confidence. The team is playing with confidence, and you can just see that the way that they conducted themselves on the court in their first 2 games.
Columbia gets it back after California had touched it last, but Perry Page shuffles the pivot foot, whistled for traveling. Third Columbia turnover of this opening half. Ojukwu spoon feed Shepard. Back to Ojukwu in the low post. She muscles it up and scores it off the window.
Ojukwu does a great job of gathering herself, That's why she was able to knock down that shot. She finds her footing. Such a great jumper. She's so athletic. Tough bucket.
Here comes Cal off the Mia Broom miss. Shepard penetrates out to Mall. To the rim. And she missed it. Columbia does such a good job to wall off drivers, as Broom able to find a wide open Perry Page for two.
It looks like they're almost playing a sagging man-to-man defense that could look like a zone, but they're also defending on the three-point line, and this is why their defense is so good. They're always throwing different looks at you.
9 opening half points now for Perry Page, the senior from Pittsburgh. Trying to live to see another day in her college basketball career. Shepard picked up her dribble. 5 on the timer for Gisela Mall. Knifing into the paint, and the flip won't go. The shots at the rim have been tougher for Cal. We'll go back inside to Page. Raffu backs in Mall and missed it. Loose ball fought for and picked up by Miracle Shepard. Both Raffu and Mall slow to get up. Shepard gets it back off the ricochet. Twydale stops on the elbow. Here's Ojukwu.
Bears getting a lot of good looks at the rim. They're just not falling. Right now, this team has to stay composed and lock in on the defensive end. You can't let your offense dictate how the rest of the game goes. Those shots will come again, but they have to be able to defend right here.
Veldrapa took an extra step. This is only the second all-time meeting between Columbia and Cal. Back in 2005, Columbia head coach Megan Griffith was the starting point guard for the Lions. It was a much better night for Cal than Columbia more than 2 decades ago, but it has come full circle for the 10th year Lions head coach, who's taken home 3 Ivy League Coach of the Year awards and taken her alma mater to NCAA tournaments for the first times in program history the last 2 years.
Winning as coach in Columbia women's basketball history, the things that she's been able to do has been so impressive. And the Bears finally get one to go down. That's a great play that they drew just for Sakima Walker. She comes in and immediately gets a bucket. They got to continue to look to get her the ball.
Now Cal needs more of that from Walker, who's averaging almost 21 a game over her last 4. Broom on the drive, and last touched by Cal.
And right here you get the handoff. Great screen right here. Lulu Twydale made that play happen. Finds Sakima Walker. Walker does not get open if Lulu Twydale does not set a great screen. Good set, good bucket for the Bears. Got to get more of that.
Inbound to Perry Page. Unable to hit inside, and a foul on Columbia as Puff Morris came down with the miss.
Shot goes up. Good box out by Puff. Bodies just kind of collide there. Everybody's okay. Bears ball.
Shepard all the way for 2.
Just like we said, those shots are going to come back around for Cal. You can't put your head down when one doesn't go. You go down on the other end, you get a stop, and then come back and get a bucket.
Page on the skip. Weiss. Almost automatic from that mid-range spot, but couldn't hit there. A one-and-done trip for Columbia.
I like that matchup. Miracle Shepard, Riley Weiss. Shepard, one of the best defenders on this Cal team. Weiss, insane offensively. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
How about the job Columbia has done defensively on Sakima Walker this first half?
Right here, Miracle Shepard, when she has the ball in her hand, if she can get downhill, she's so hard to stop right there. Takes what the defense gives her and gets to the bucket.
Another Lions turnover. trying to fit the pocket pass into a tight window. It's the 5th giveaway for Columbia this first half. And well, Cal's defense, we talked about how much better they needed to be in this second quarter. They've only allowed 2 points.
Much better job communicating and working through all of the off-ball screens that Columbia runs. You can tell they're moving much better as a unit here in this second quarter.
Broom all over Twydale. Final 5 minutes of the opening half. Walker on the catch. Back to Shepard. 5 on the timer. The mid-range flies and drops through. Miracle Shepard with 7 opening half points.
It's a great 2-man game. Miracle Shepard, Sakima Walker. I like that look for the Bears.
Raffiu skips it. Page backing in the freshman Barnes and scores. That ends a scoring drought of almost 4 minutes for Columbia. Twydale out of the shot fake. Entry pass stolen by Weiss. Off the Perry Page deflection. Shepard picks the pocket of the Ivy League Player of the Year. Can't get it around Page. And finally draws a foul. Surrounded by Columbia jerseys, and Miracle Shepard stayed with it. 3-point game. 4 minutes to play. Opening half in Berkeley. First opening half action. Golden Bears have outscored Columbia 8-4 in their second quarter, but they give it away out of the timeout. Raffiu attacks Ojukwu and scores it off the window.
Raffiu is so hard to stop when she gets ahead to steam, headed downhill. She hits that spin move, and there's pretty much nothing you can do. She's a player you got to keep out of the key.
Senior from Ipswich, England, her 107th game at Columbia. Shepard fires. Not that time. And Page soars in to grab the miss. Weiss. Blocked by Shepard. It'll stay here. Well, Miracle Shepard has been doing it on both ends.
Yeah, I said I like this matchup right here. Miracle Shepard gets a tip on the ball. Ojukwu boxing out, doesn't even see the block come right by her. But Miracle Shepard, one of the best defenders on this team and in the ACC in general. This is going to be a fun matchup to keep our eye on tonight, Weiss and Shepard.
Five on the timer for the Lions. Donez watches Broom, a contested 3, it's good. Mia Broom, who hit 5 of those in Fargo, has knocked it down for a second time this first half in Berkeley and builds this lead back to 8.
She's the type of player, she sees one shot goes down and she's in her rhythm. Doesn't take much for her to get that shot off.
High post Ojukwu. Shepard with the offhand, off the glass.
Miracle Shepard single-handedly trying to keep her team in this game, doing everything she can to propel the Bears forward.
Veldrapa stops on the baseline. Raffiu. It bounces off. Comes right back to Raffiu. Missed it. Got it back again, and this time scores. The relentless effort from Susie Raffiu on the offensive glass.
The way that Columbia attacks the basket after a shot goes up, they are dominant on the O boards, and we're seeing that so far here tonight.
Final 90 seconds of the opening half. Ojukwu scores it.
Ojukwu not backing down, giving it right back to Raffiu.
7 off the bench in 7 first half minutes for Ncaa Ojukwu. And Cal has needed every bit of it to hang in there with Columbia. Page will bounce it back. And Raffiu scores with the left hand.
The way that Columbia runs their offense, you think you stop the first action, but they have a second and third action coming right at you. They're so good offensively, and they just force teams that aren't disciplined. It makes it tough on them.
Oh, Twydale with a quick step and able to finish inside. Only the second field goal of the first half for Cal's leading scorer. Raffu feeling it. Can't hit, and chased down by Ojukwu. About 7 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock as we wind down in the second quarter. Winner draws Wisconsin in the semifinal round of the WBIT Monday in Wichita. Twydale requesting a screen, doesn't get it. And lost the handle. Run out opportunity, Columbia. Weiss missed it. Veldrapa can't put it back. Shepard clears. Final seconds. Shepard lost the handle. And it's 35-29 at the break. Just 2 points, 3 boards that first half after 28-16 last time at K-State. Broom gliding through the defense to lay it in.
Yeah, Broom refuses that screen. Gets to the rim, finishes with ease.
Shepard races downhill. And
Not everyone's okay.
Undergoing some concussion tests behind the Columbia bench. As Twydale has it knocked out of her hands. 8 on the timer as Cal looks for its first points of this third quarter. Deflected and taken away.
It almost feels like the Bears are trying to force the ball into Sakima Walker right now. They got to let that come naturally, get some ball movement first, and then look to go into her on a reversal and not just telegraph exactly where you want to go.
Raffu backing in Walker. 5 on the timer for Broom. Missed the flip. And a foul on Broom going after the loose ball.
Maul trying to, Maul trying to box out there. Looks like she might have caught a little bit of an elbow.
Oh, not on Broom, on Ernie Aranuha, who got tangled up there with Gisela Maul. Cal gives it back. A moving screen called on Sakima Walker. And a frustrating night for Sakima so far.
And see right here, that's I don't know about that one, but if you're Miracle Shepard, you have to wait. Let Sakima Walker get set and then go. As the guard with the ball in your hand, you have to let your post player get set and then go.
Broom attacks Twydale. Tries to skip it out. And Columbia turns it over.
It's a good defensive possession for the Bears. They got to get some rhythm here on the offensive end. Almost 3 minutes into the third and they haven't scored yet.
Miracle Shepard with a team-high 9 points for the Golden Bears. Weiss picks up Twydale. Lulu scores and 1.
That's what you want if you're the Bears. Let Lulu Twydale go to work right here. Stops, takes the contact, finishes. Sakima Walker takes up so much attention in the paint. While that's happening on one side, Twydale takes advantage, attacks the weak side, gets to the free throw line, and 1.
8 points now for Twydale as Cal finally lifts the lid off the second half point column. Veldrapa spoon feeds Broom, watched by Barnes. Weiss bangs home a three, her first of the day.
Weiss is never not moving on offense. She's always running off a screen. She's so hard to guard for the defense. Right there, just great offense for Columbia. Weiss finishes it with the three.
The 87th tray for Riley Weiss into double figures with 11. Walker catches, backs in Raffu, and able to score it off the glass.
Great move by Sakima Walker, gets the up and under.
Feldrapa knocks down the three. Back-to-back downtown hits for Columbia. And they stretch this lead to 11.
Everybody's getting in on the three ball for Columbia. Feldrapa only shoots 30% from three on the season, but knocks that one down.
Only her fifth make from back there all season. And this is the Lions' largest lead of the game.
Hey, that's Weiss coming off that down screen, shot ready, knocks it down, nothing but net. And then right here, great ball movement by Broom, finds Feldrapa in the corner. This is a team that's playing with a ton of confidence, and we're seeing that here in this third quarter.
Gisela Mall answers back for the Bears.
Gisela Mall said, I can do that too. I can knock down the three ball in the corner as well. Much needed three for the Bears.
Cal's fourth hit from the outside. Broom in trouble underneath, blocked by Twydale. Recovered by Columbia. And the entry pass taken away. Twydale has it knocked out of her hands, but a foul called on Broom. No, it's on Twydale. In Berkeley, Columbia has led most of the night here in Haas Pavilion. Good news for the Lions. Perry Page, after that collision earlier, back in the game. Raffu unable to hit the three. And last touched by Nossie Simmons, who is going after another offensive rebound. Columbia won its first two games of the WBIT by 48 points over St. John's and by 29 over North Dakota State. And a much tighter game on the road in Berkeley tonight.
We knew that this game was going to be a dogfight. Both of these teams fighting to get to Wichita, Kansas. Championship on the line. These teams are going to lay it all out on the floor to get this one done.
Nossie Simmons whistled for the foul, going back to the Columbia bench. Ilka Feldrapa back in there. Cal has not missed a shot from the field in this quarter, yet they only have 8 points because they've turned it over 4 times.
And if you're Sharman Smith, I think you're somewhat okay knowing that your team has certainly not played its best basketball, and this is a single-digit game right now. So Cal's certainly very much in it. They're getting the shots, they're getting the opportunities. They just got to convert and continue to be disciplined on defense.
Page gliding around Twydale, it drops through. 15 for Perry Page, and the lead back to 10 for Columbia.
Tough as nails, gets knocked in the head, has a huge knock, comes back in the game. First thing, gets a bucket.
In and out on the Twydale three.
Columbia shooting 51% from the field and 44% from three. They're getting everything they want on the offensive end. And then offensively, they got to get the ball into Sakima Walker. When Cal gets in there and gets her the ball, they're so hard to beat. They just haven't been able to get it done so far.
Went off the foot of Miracle Shepherd. They'll whistle a foul on Miracle Shepherd, reaching in there. Cal starting to employ some full court pressure to take Columbia out of rhythm.
When Cal puts on the pressure, they've been good. They've gotten a few turnovers. They got out and were able to run a little bit. They got to continue to be aggressive defensively, make Columbia uncomfortable, just like that.
Barnes able to take it away. Morris the hit ahead. Shepherd lays it in and give her one on the house.
That started on the defensive end. Right here, you get a trap, make Columbia uncomfortable. Great heads-up play, Puff, eyes up, finds Miracle Shepherd, gets in there, takes the bump, gets to the basket, and one. Count it.
On a night where Cal has only hit 4 shots from three-point territory, they've had 4 and 1 buckets in this game. They've got the Columbia lead down to 7. Broom flips it back to Page, and she missed everything on a 3. Barnes off the bounce. Skips it to Walker, and she missed the layup.
I like it though. Great cut by Sakima Walker. Gets in an open area where her teammate can find her. The movement is good. They got to continue to do that.
Raffiu out of the high post. Weiss for the record. It's good. Riley Weiss, with that bucket, has passed Abby Shue and now holds the single season scoring record in Columbia women's basketball history.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. She is a shot maker in every sense of the word. Rightfully so, she breaks that record on a fadeaway elbow jumper. That is tough.
Walker back to work inside and powers it up through the Raffiu contact for 2.
Sakima Walker, we see a little bit of emotion, a little bit of fire out of her on that play.
Page missed it. Off the back rim, it caroms to Barnes.
Sharman Smith telling her team to go, push the basketball. They got to get out in transition, attack right now while Columbia's not set.
Cal trying to creep closer before the 4th quarter. Broom watches Morris. Here's Gisela Maul with 5 to shoot. Driving baseline and powers it through.
What a strong move by Gisela Maul under the basket.
Weiss flips it in with the left hand.
Riley Weiss with the crowd silencer. Felt like the lid was going to come off here in Haas, and Weiss had something else to say about that.
15 for Riley Weiss. 10 seconds separate the big clock and small clock. Maul knocks it down. Her second 3. And it's a 4-point game.
The Bears are getting some rhythm here.
Columbia can hold for the final take of the quarter. Their lead was as large as 12 here in the 3rd. Weiss, backdoor, Page lays it in for Sakima Walker. 8 of her 10 points after halftime.
Yeah, and that's what you want if you're the Bears. First bucket of the quarter is Walker. You can see she's playing with a little bit of pep in her step. She's seen a couple of buckets go through. That's what they're going to need from her.
Blau Tor seeing her first minutes for Columbia at the start of the 4th. Broom on a bounce. Ncaa rejected inside by Walker. Tried to save it in, and it hit the other side of the backboard. It's going the other way to the Bears.
Sakima Walker right here. Not in my house. It's a great block. And then able to retain the possession. Yeah, that's a great play by Walker right there. Retains the possession for her team. You get the block, you keep the ball.
This is as close as Cal has been in the second half. And a reach-in foul on Broom. Called for the hand check, trying to guard Shepherd. You saw Sakima Walker's stat line at halftime, just 2 points. You knew that there would be a better effort from Cal to get her the basketball in her spots. And she has become a factor in this game.
And I like the way that they're getting her the ball. That first half, they were forcing it into her. She wasn't really able to get going. But right here, they're using her in different ways. They're putting her in ball screen action. They're getting the ball to her on a reversal. And then right there, Taylor Barnes able to get to the rim off of Sakima Walker's ball screen.
This is part of a 16-6 California run to get within 2. As lively as we've heard Haas Pavilion all night. Page on the baseline in attack mode and lays it in. Perry Page, answer after answer, and a game-high 19.
Every time Columbia has needed a bucket, you think Cal's about to go on a run. It's been Perry Page, silences the crowd, calms their team down, and gets a bucket.
The Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year has carried them much of this night on offense. Puff Morris can't drill the corner three. Raffu comes down with the miss. Quick trigger. Broom missed it. Morris turns the corner, lost the handle. Simmons the takeaway. Broom for three. It's good. Third triple for Mia Broom, and Columbia grows the lead back to 7 with 5 straight.
She plays at her own pace, plays so fast but never gets sped up, knocks down the three in transition. That's a big-time bucket for Broom.
Shepard lays it in. Miracle Shepard not hesitating tonight, 14 points. Raffu. It caroms to Page. And she puts it back and one. Oh, the second chance points have been in Columbia's favor all night, and Perry Page continues to get after it.
Shot goes up, got a box out. You can't just stand there. Page grabs that ball, gets the bucket. Those are inner.
Shepard backs it out. Twydale on the move, flips it in. Six-point game, 10 points for Twydale. Raffu missed the left-hand shot. Ojukwu clears it away for Cal.
Great defense, great box out, good stop for the Bears.
Twydale peels back. Bullseye! The three-point queen makes this a three-point game. Broom can't answer back this time. The home team has the momentum. Topside Shepard. Twydale backs it out. She's open. Can't tie the game, but a foul on Columbia will keep it here.
Lulu Twydale, my goodness, sends the defense back flying, stops on a dime. Shooter's touch, ball touches every part of the rim and drops right in.
This is the surge Cal has been looking for. Into single digits on the shot clock. Maul on the crossover. Tough take, and a blocking foul called. It's on Broom. Free throws on the way for Gisela Maul.
Gisela Maul, physical with the basketball. Right here, clock running down, gets in the paint, takes the contact, able to get a shot up with the clock running down. Heads up play by Maul. Now has an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
Only Cal's 5th and 6th free throw attempts of the game. This Columbia team, they've been so special on the road this year. Tied with UConn for the most road wins in the country. 12-1 away from their home floor. Very comfortable. They packed for 10 days. They're hoping to make a shorter trip this time to Wichita instead of 3,000 miles back home to New York. But 7 straight from Cal here, and it's a 1-point game with 5 minutes to play.
And this is where the momentum of being at home plays in. You can feel the energy in the arena. Fans are loud. But Columbia has had an answer all night anytime Cal has made a run.
Last time, they've been playing catch-up. Walker couldn't catch that entry pass, stolen by Page, the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. Raffiu knocks over Twydale. It leaves Feldrupa open, and she missed the 3. Raffiu on the offensive glass. The putback won't count. Traveling violation.
Twydale down there in the post, banging with the bigs, not afraid to get physical.
Another stop for the Golden Bears as the clock winds inside of 4 minutes. Twydale trying to wiggle through, and that's the 5th on Columbia. It'll put Cal at the free throw line.
When you're aggressive, good things happen. 3:54 left in this game, and now Cal will be at the free throw line for the rest of this game. So they've got to continue to be aggressive, and they get an opportunity to take the lead with the clock stop.
Cal's first lead since the first 4 minutes of the game. Weiss fouled on the catch, and it's on Miracle Shepherd, the second on Cal this quarter. Weiss knocks down the 3, and Columbia jumps back in front. The Ivy League Player of the Year with a clutch hit.
Who else besides Riley Weiss to put her team back up by 2? You have to know where she's at for the entirety of the shot clock.
Second tray for Riley Weiss. She's got 18. And a single digits on the shot clock and a foul away from the basketball will put Cal back at the